Alright, good morning. It's the next morning. Got my body here ready to paint. One thing I'm going to do before I paint is I'm going to press down all my masks really well. And then I'm also going to take some rubbing alcohol afterwards and wipe around where I've masked. Because inevitably if I'm pressing down on my masks with my hands, I'm going to get oils on the body. I don't want that. And I'm like just everywhere wipe it down real good. I'm not going to speak too much on airbrushing because I feel like there is a huge plethora of information out there on airbrushing, and I don't really feel like I have a good right to speak on that topic. Even though I have been using an airbrush for a little while now and I know about it, I just don't feel like I would provide the most like all-in-one sort of thing of information, I guess. And I might do a video on it in the future, but not right now. Not really talking anything about painting either, but light coats, wear a respirator, all that good stuff. So, yeah, ready to go. Mix up some paint, hook up my air compressor, and let's get painting. Here is the body. It turned out okay. You know what? That's bright. Hang on. That's a little better. So yeah, there's the body. It looks a little better on camera. It's supposed to be white. Like, it's supposed to be white. That was my intention. Like, my intention was that this color is supposed to be like this. Obviously a little bit darker because it's pearl, or a little bit of an off-white because it would be pearl, but it turned out pink. And honestly, I kind of know why. I went a little bit thin on the pearl white coat. I was a little impatient. I'm such an impatient person, honestly, so painting is not my forte. But I put what I thought was a pretty decent coat on, and granted that I'm doing that first, I was the least impatient with myself. So I put like what I thought was a decent amount on compared to like the other bodies that I do with a metallic, which is basically the same. And then I read online, oh, if you paint white, you should back it with a silver or an aluminum color. So I did. And I think the consensus on that was I did not use enough, or And or I should have backed the aluminum with white, because I then went and removed my masks for the flowers and I painted the flowers pink. And I thought, well, okay, to eliminate any uneven lookingness, if there is a slight shadow on the rest of the body, I just went ahead and gave kind of a light coat to the rest of the body, just to even out any shadowing that might have happened, which is generally a good idea. I didn't realize it would show through this much, in that it would make the body entirely pink. In certain light it looks okay, but I'm really not thrilled. Like, I was really hoping this was going to be a nice bright white kind of shimmery body, but oh well, you live and you learn. And then I also did what is it, window tint on it. It's hard to see, but I did do some window tint on it. And the issue that I had with that, well, really no issue at all, more just operator error, is that right before that I had sprayed the aluminum, which had like flecks to make it kind of shiny in it. And of course, you know, a little bit of those, granted I did like spray water through my airbrush before I painted the window tint, but a few of those flecks like came out, and so you can see spots and glitter on the window tint. It's not great. So all in all, compared to what I was hoping for, it's probably a, I don't know, 72 out of 100. That's probably what I'd give this. Definitely not like my best work, I guess, but then I will say as a note, I use an enamel backer when I do my painting. I use a Tester's white enamel. I mean, you can really use any white paint you want, but I use an enamel because that's usually really durable. I've used it on my trucks before. On the last two bodies that I had on my crawler, the blue one and the purple one, those were both backed to the white enamel, and I had no issues. Like, the stuff is really, really durable, and the only places that it actually wore off was where it was in direct contact with something under the body. So I will put in a good shout for that technique. I mean, I guess let's go ahead and peel this off, and then I will head off camera and do my detailing and all that jazz. And I drilled the holes. Already did that. Alright. Okay. It looks a little better without the dirty film on there. You know, it'll probably grow on me. Once I put the decals on, I may decide this thing looks actually really cool. I'll have to see though. So I'm gonna spend a little while detailing it. Maybe do time lapse. We'll see. I probably will. I've got some other little things to do with it. Make a charging adapter for the battery I got. Do that while this guy dries, because this guy's still a little tacky. And yeah, that's the verdict. Well, there it is. All the decals are on. Got it all stickered up. Various companies there. Got A-Main, Castle, Biddy. Got Savox on the front, 3 Racing on the top. And, you know, on camera, it looks a lot better. Things on camera tend to look better. The paint job definitely looks super clean on camera, and I think for filming and stuff, it's gonna look really nice. Personally, in real life, it definitely grew on me a little bit now that I've got the decals and stuff on. Definitely grew on me, and I think it's still growing. So, yeah, this video is actually probably going to be split up into 2 parts now that I kind of realize how much work I've actually done and how much video time how much recording time I've racked up over the last 2 days. So, I mean, I think at this point, it warrants a charged battery and a short rip down the street. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. It's going to be a few days before I get, like a fancy schmancy, like cinematic video out for this car, mainly because I need to break in the battery, get the internal resistances down, which I'll do over the next few days since it's a long weekend. And once I do that, then we'll get to ripping. And what I mean by getting the getting the internal resistances lower is basically from the factory batteries like have a higher resistance than they're designed to in normal operating conditions, and so basically you have to cycle the battery and make sure that it's like broken in essentially before you start pushing it super hard, asking for super high currents from it, which is basically what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do slow up and down the street probably half a dozen times per charge. Well, no, charge it half a dozen times and just up and down the street, not fast, not pushing the motor, just slow and steady, kind of like a nitro engine or any other gas engine really. Is you want to kind of go slow for the first bit, then once you break it in, you're good to open up the throttle. So, I guess let's charge a battery and head outside. And there you have it. Project TC1000 is finally complete. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. This was the special project for that milestone, if you guys didn't catch the first video of this series. I'm super grateful to have everybody that's been tagging along. I mean, that's all I gotta say. This project turned out really great. I'm looking forward to what it turns into in the future. I'm definitely looking forward to testing its limits and seeing what all it can do and what fun we can have with it. So, with that, I have a lot of editing to do. So please subscribe, because only like 30% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. Also hit that like button, notification bell, comment down below, all that good stuff. Also follow me on Instagram to see any behind the scenes pictures that I decide to post of this vehicle. Thank you again so much for watching and tagging along for this whole series. And I'll see you guys in the next one. But wait, I've got one more thing to say. So this is my 1997 Jeep Cherokee, and I'm going to turn it into a rock crawler. And granted, I know I don't have most of my rock crawling gang viewing right now, but that's kind of besides the point. I want to know if you guys would be interested in seeing me lift this bad boy, axle swap it, and do some other upgrades to it, build custom front and rear bumpers. That's another thing I want to do to it. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be doing a special video for that sort of like poll announcement. I may do an actual poll for it, but let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that.